Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Intentional Excellence Podcast. I'm your host, Candice Ruggiero. I'm a keynote speaker, host of Intentional Excellence, this podcast, host of Love Speaks Live, and Love Speaks Out in the community. I'm also the founder and an education expert for Novata Global Education Consulting, where we help empower leaders, educators, and organizations around the world to reach their highest potential. This show is all about intentions, growth, and leadership because intentional excellence starts from within. And today, we continue our Built to Build the CEO series where leaders from different walks of life share their struggles, challenges, growth, and future vision to inspire others who are building their own paths to success. Now let's introduce our guest. We have tonight or today Dr. Sarah Kareem. She is a board certified physician with over 14 years of experience in hospital medicine and a passion for blending traditional and holistic care. She's originally from India and she was raised in Dubai and the Middle East. She completed medical school abroad before moving to the US for her residency in family practice in Little Rock, Arkansas. After years of caring for patients in Tampa, Florida, Dr. Kareem's perspective shifted following a profound patient experience, one that revealed the importance of integrating both modern and holistic approaches to healing. That revelation inspired her to establish ZenlifeMD in 2018, a physician led wellness clinic dedicated to primary care, aesthetics, and holistic wellness. At ZenlifeMD, Dr. Kareem brings together medical science and natural healing, offering regenerative medicine, PRP therapy, and collagen stimulating treatments. She is also board certified obesity medicine specialist, where she focuses on personalized inside out care, helping patients achieve balance, confidence, and long term well being. Her philosophy is rooted in treating the whole person. That includes the mind, body, and spirit. And that is by uniting science, beauty, and holistic wisdom to create vibrant, authentic health. To all my viewers and followers, please help me welcome Dr. Kareem to the show. Sarah, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here and talk to you about just everything and anything. You're just an amazing person to talk to.
Well, I have let me give our followers like a little history. All right. So Sarah, Dr. Sarah or Sarah, Dr. Kareem or Sarah and I are part of this womenpreneur group in Tampa, Florida. And once a month we all meet together just to collaborate and network. And let me tell you, the moment Sarah stepped in that restaurant, I knew I would have her in the podcast. We just instantly connected. We
Oh,
started talking like while everybody was sitting, we were standing
like
to
drowned
share.
out. The room was
Right?
drowned out. We were just talking.
It's like we knew that at some point we would connect, right, Sarah?
It was meant to be. That day, I was
Yes.
not supposed to be there, but I was. And I think everything happens for a reason, you know?
And we did
So,
have this very really deep topic that hopefully we can put into fruition or put like in reality. But who knows? Like I said, when my God, your God, whoever we believe in, brings two people together for connection,
oh yeah,
collaboration can happen. And you
that's
don't know. Anything can happen. You
that's
just don't know. Right?
that is true.
Sarah and I have so many things to talk about,
Yeah.
and I was when she was sharing her what she does, I was just immediately inspired and very motivated with what she's doing. So I had to bring her to the show. It was canceled a few times because a lot of things happened. You know, she's
Yeah.
busy, I'm busy, but here we are.
We're gonna make this happen, so
We saved the good things for last, right?
that's true. That is true. That's true.
All right. I know we mentioned Tampa. Before we begin, I just want to say how grateful I am for all the listeners tuning in from all over the world. Intentional excellence is being viewed globally. So let's start by sharing where we're podcasting from. So I'm podcasting from the United States in Florida, in the beautiful city of Tampa. What about you, Sarah?
I'm also in Tampa, Florida right now. It's just a great weather, great time to be here.
All right, and so many connections. Sarah, do you want to add anything to what I've shared about you? Anything that I
I
missed?
think,
Or
I mean, as you put it properly, I actually grew up overseas. I'm not from here. I have a blend of the East and the West, Indian, but I grew up in Dubai. And
Mhm.
so I got a lot of the traditional Middle Eastern culture too. I do know Arabic. I know a lot of different languages. And then when I came to the States, I moved from Dubai to Little Rock, Arkansas. And it was a little culture change, it was a little shock, but you just have to educate people, and yeah, it was good. And then after that, I came to Tampa, Florida because my sister works here. And I was like, you know what? Let's explore Tampa. And that's how I ended up here.
Well, you know what's nice? You did share that you're from originally from India, and then you grew up in Dubai, and you've traveled and lived other places.
Yeah.
I was born in the Philippines, grew up there, but I got the opportunity to live in Australia and
Wow.
also three different states in America. And don't you love that we're connecting across the world?
That
It
is the
just shows,
best part.
right?
That
And
is
it's
amazing.
And it just shows that how excellence truly, Sarah, has no boundaries.
It doesn't.
And I have one more reflection. I'm a teacher, been teaching for 30 years, and I've had students, again, multicultural students. And when I tell you, one of the most hardworking, smart, dedicated, and just goal driven students I've had are from India. I
Yeah.
have such high respect
Yeah.
with you
It's
guys.
it's about it's about making things happen, and the way you can make things happen is by putting it your all and trying to, you know, get to it. Like I'm not from here, and I actually came from overseas. I had a lot of challenges to come over here and finally open up and live that American dream. So, it definitely is a struggle, but it's all worth it. Yeah.
And to anyone viewing, please know that Sarah and I are not originally from America,
No,
but
not,
with hard work, dedication, and that passion, that
yeah.
grit to be successful, we're here in
Yeah.
our own little way.
Yeah.
There is success. Just keep on trying.
That's
Don't give up. Don't give up.
that's the thing. That's definitely the thing.
All right, I want to learn more about what you do, Sarah. Let's start with your inspiration.
Okay.
Sarah or Dr. Kareem, every great business starts with a spark. I always believe that. An idea, a moment, or a calling that set everything in motion. Sarah, your journey from traditional hospital medicine to founding ZenlifeMD is both inspiring and transformative. What was that pivotal moment or experience that inspired you to create a space that unites modern medicine with holistic healing?
Well, let me go back in time, back when COVID happened. Okay. So I actually opened the clinic in 2018, and then COVID hit, I think it was 2019. And at that time, I was working at the hospital. So I'm a
Is
hospital
this in
doctor.
Tampa? Are you
Yeah.
talking about in
Yeah.
Florida? Okay.
So I was still working at the hospitals in Tampa around the area, and the one case which really inspired me to do all this was let me kind of go into a little detail here. I had a patient who came into the ER, and he we did all these tests. He had abdominal pain. We were doing all these tests, and we found out that he had colon cancer, and it was stage one. It was treatable. So I took care of it as a hospital doctor, and I arranged all the treatment plans and the consultants outside, and we discharged him. And I thought everything's gonna go okay. Well, 6 months later, I saw the same patient in the emergency room, and
Okay.
this time his cancer spread all over. And I was really perplexed, like, how did that happen? What happened? So I asked him, I said, I gave you all the treatments, I told you to go to the right consultants. What happened, because this should have not happened. So he said he quit all the treatments a month after he got discharged, and he went to just start IV vitamin C's and holistic stuff without doing any traditional medicine.
Okay.
So eventually that patient did not get any better, but I think that really got me thinking. Like, I think there should be a space where you can put those two together. I
Yeah.
think traditional medicine has its own
Benefits.
appeal, as so does the holistic. And if you can combine these two, because each has its own thing and it has to be done in different ways. So putting that into place, I was like, you know what, I need a place where I can educate patients that traditional medicine is not bad, but you can also combine it with your holistic things. So that's the reason I opened it. And then when I went into it deeper, I was thinking about aesthetics. I love aesthetics as well. Again, it's beauty from the inside out.
Yeah.
And when I looked at people doing just Botox and fillers and just, just the outside stuff, and I was like, you know what, there should be a place where you can do both. The outside, look good outside, but feel good inside. That's the most important thing. So that's why I created that space, and that's what keeps me going.
Sarah, what really what I like about what you're trying to make is or trying to achieve is that when you look at a person, you look at a person as a whole. You don't just it's like you're not separating them into parts, right? And what's the best way really for anybody to go in that healing process or that but to go like holistic, like all parts of you. Can I share with you that in 2023 I lost my husband, passed away, and I like it was sudden, although my husband has always been sick since we got married for like 18 years. He's always had the heart problem, but when he passed away, I had to heal, like, I had to heal. And at that time I was so involved in him being sick for 18 years that I kind of lost myself. You know what I mean? Like all I did was everyday stuff, like do multiple roles as because even if he was around, he was always been sick. So I saw change in me, emotionally, even physically. Like I didn't like what I was seeing, Sarah. And I realized when he passed away, for me to be there for my kids 100%.
Yep,
I
take care of yourself.
needed I needed a change.
Yeah.
I really had to stop work for a year and reflect on who I am. Like I wanted the old Candace back when all the defining moments before he passed away or before he got sick. Like I wanted that person back. Like when I looked at myself in the mirror, like maybe after a few weeks he passed away, I'm like, how am I gonna do this when I myself needed a change? So that's when my healing started, Sarah. There was a career change after 30 years of working in the field of education. My ultimate goal was to lead a public school as a principal, and I worked so hard for that. Um, but I stopped my purpose, just like you. There was a spark that really changed your path. And that was my calling. That was the moment that I realized I need change in my life. So whatever, if you knew me 2 years ago, Sarah, I'm a totally different person because of your philosophy. You have to go within. Not to, and I had to change my self-care. I did self-care, which involved my outside and my energy and my inside, Sarah. That's
So
when I found
I want to
healing.
just now that you mentioned that,
Yeah.
I want to say, like, as a doctor who worked at the hospitals, I see a lot of sick people, and people, of course, you care about the sick person, but not many people talk about the family who's taking care. Being the caregiver is such a, you have to check on them. You have to make sure that they're okay. So a lot of times, if I have patients, and I, again, when I see patients in the clinic, I talk to them. I kind of know about their personal things. And when I find out, like there was a patient I had whose mom was passing away, and she was the caregiver, and she's just like, you know what, I just want a little facial or something just to make myself feel good. But
Yes.
I went and I kind of analyzed her, just like how you said. I mean, she was breaking down from inside and she didn't have anyone to talk to. So when she comes to the clinic, I just talk to her. I just ask her, talk to her, ask her about her. Nobody really asks about the caregivers. And that's a very, very, very strong thing you've said.
And it's not only that, Sarah, sometimes even if you're going through the hardest moment in your life, you can be diagnosed with something. But if your spirit is high, if
Yep.
your love for yourself is there, Sarah, you can overcome anything.
That's that is very
Is-
true. That is
Isn't
very
that
true.
powerful? Like I feel
It
that
is.
I had to go on a self-love, self-care journey that
Mm-hmm.
involved like emotional, spiritual, physical. I started to let go of things that no longer serve me and started to appreciate myself. Sarah?
Letting go. Well, that is
Yes.
so, so important, so key. You don't have to keep all that
Yes.
baggage. You just let go. That's powerful.
And it's not it could be people in your life. It could be situation. And you know what I believe, Sarah? If that situation, that person, that whoever that, even a family member is
Yeah,
meant to be part of your life, it will be met by your healed self.
that's
You
true.
know what I mean? And then maybe shine bright for them so that they can heal as well.
That is
Right?
very true.
So I
And
like
I
what you're
feel,
doing. If you probably had that, if you probably continued speaking with that patient that you saw, and like really uplifted him, maybe he wouldn't have given up. You know what I mean? Maybe it wouldn't have been that bad, or even if he was getting sick, maybe his spirit was still could be positive, right?
yeah, that's true. But I just want to come back to the point about the caregivers because I did deal with a patient like that whose mom was sick, and I was just, she was coming in for regular stuff in the clinic, not just primary care things. Again, I do a lot of other things. So when the mom passed away, a few months, she first thing she did was call me, and
Okay.
she
Oh,
called me and she let me know that her mom passed away, and
okay.
because I've been talking to her, so that was a very deep connection. And months later, she was doing much better than what she thought she could because she was kind of again taking care of the inside and outside. So that's a very powerful thing. The willpower is just amazing.
And at least they don't have, if they go to your center, or if they seek for your support or assistance, they don't have to go to different places. It's
Yeah,
one place, and you're offering everything that they need in order
right.
to heal, or healed, when I say healed, from their illness or from themselves, right? So
Yeah,
I just want to say thank you. What you're doing is truly amazing, really,
yeah.
really amazing.
Thank
And
you.
sometimes you could be so sick, but you want to look good. You still want to be
There's a
beautiful.
power
Right?
to that. People think it's vain, but yes, no, if you're doing it for yourself,
Yeah.
looking good from the outside, you'll start feeling good from the inside too. So it's connected. It's not like just two different things.
Yes.
So,
Believe, Sarah, I had to buy an entire wardrobe.
yeah.
Yes, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you're so vain. No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's
No.
not. No, but let me tell you something. Like, for
Yeah.
example, I worked through COVID. It was so depressed. Like, as a physician working with those patients, it was just crazy. Like, I can't, I'm
Even
glad that
probably for
time's over.
you. Even
Yeah, no,
probably
that's
for
enough.
you.
Personally, like, I had to step out and I don't wear scrubs in my clinic. I dress up. I have to make myself feel, you gotta feel a little bit different. So you have to do the outside too.
Can I ask you, like, how, like, when you are met with really sick patients, how are you taking it? Because like I feel like, and I'm such a crybaby. Like I
Yeah,
have such very my emotional I don't know how to call that, is very, very like I get
yeah,
involved in a
yeah. No,
person right
I
away.
I
How do you
have
do
to.
it?
It's a little hard because as a physician you have to be more objective,
Yes. Yes.
but you're also human, and
Yes.
there's some people I take care of every day, and then you kind of get connected, and when something
Right.
happens, I do feel a lot. But I do believe that everything happens for a reason. They're there to teach me something, and I've learned something from them, and I appreciate the time I got with them. And you know, people look at a profession. This is not just a profession. This is like a calling for you.
Right.
So I'm not in it for money or anything. It's just more like connecting with people and healing. So that really helps. Like be grounded and knowing that a higher power is just taking care of everything. So that's the way I take it. I mean, I try not to dwell too much about it because it was affecting me, especially COVID time. I think seeing like family members not being able to see each other and like people passing away with having FaceTime with family, that was just really difficult, you know. So I think COVID really, really did change a lot of doctors, if how people, healthcare professionals felt. There was a lot of people who were depressed and upset. So yeah, it took some time. You have to had to like let go, like you said, heal from inside so I could give to others.
Well, quickly, let me share with you that during COVID, my mother-in-law got stuck. She usually supposed to be in assisted living, but then she was transferred to where do you go? Where you go PT? What do you call that center?
Rehab,
I'm sorry,
rehab centers,
like a rehab center,
rehab.
because she needed to go for rehab, and that's when she got hit with COVID. She did pass away, and you know what? That time, you know who I attribute all the like gratitude. The healthcare workers. We could only FaceTime and Zoom her, but they held her hand from start to finish. It was the height of COVID. We were like when she was about to go. That's when they told my husband, because that's his mom, you can come, because But then my husband couldn't because he's high risk. So, but they made us it kind of helped knowing
Yeah.
that they were so empathetic, they were so caring, they held her hand. You know what I mean? Like it makes
Yeah.
a difference, Sarah,
Because
when
we were their
because
family at that time, at that
yes,
bedside. Nobody else was there, and that was just a little bit disheartening, you know.
yes.
But
So yeah,
at
just a
least
little
somebody's
empathy.
there and they're not alone, you know.
Yeah. So I look up really to healthcare professionals, especially during COVID. You guys, your job wasn't easy. Your job
So
wasn't easy. So
crazy.
thank you for that. Let me wrap up our first question about the inspiration, because I feel that your story about how you started this is so powerful. And I truly believe, Sarah, that every shift in purpose begins really with a calling. And I can relate to that in my own journey, as I shared with you, because we are now shifting from what is comfortable to what felt authentic to you at that time. Because when you follow that inner voice, you're not just building a business, like what you said, you were building alignment. And look at you now, right? How many
Uh,
years has it been from Zen Life? You said from COVID or
since
even before
2018. So
2018.
it's been
So,
quite some
yeah.
time.
So, Sarah, let's talk about your journey and challenges. Um, I believe that behind every success story are moments of trial, times when resilience was the only way forward. So, transitioning Sarah from conventional medical practice to entrepreneurship and holistic care must have come with unique challenges. Sarah, what were some of the biggest obstacles you faced while building Zen Life MD, and how did you stay grounded and resilient through those moments?
So I did face a lot of challenges, especially opening up just a year before COVID, you know?
Yes.
So I think that was the biggest challenge because everything just shut down.
Mm-hmm.
But also being a hospital doctor, as a female physician, I think that was challenging because a lot of people, said don't do it. Don't do this. It's not worth it. You might as well just stay with the hospital, be employed. So that was, I mean, it was discouraging because a
Yeah.
lot of people were,
Mm-hmm.
were like, what are you
Putting it
doing?
down. Yeah.
And then the other thing was financial, right?
Yeah.
Because you open up a facility, there's a lot of expenses, and COVID happened, and it was not constant, you know.
Yes.
So that was definitely a challenge. But I do have my hospital skills, so that helped. But yeah, just a lot of a lot of people saying don't do it. A lot of people just not believing in you and making you doubt yourself. I think that was really, really hard, especially the close people that you are like, oh, close friends, or you expect them to hype you up and but a lot of people were just so not with this, you know. So to keep myself grounded, to keep myself going, I had to just remember the people who need it, you know. I feel like this space needs to be there.
Yes.
Um, where everything can get kind of aligned together. You know, there's not a lot of places which have physician-led med spas or clinics or all of that. There are a lot of great practitioners, but I feel like being a physician, I can offer
Mm-hmm.
kind of different perspective on things.
Right.
So
Wow. And you know what? I believe that whatever you do, if you are meant to do something, if your path is to do this, nothing can stop you.
that's
That's
true.
what I believe. Like, you can hear people like not supporting you. And you know what? The most critic that you'll get really is from your family. But
That's
they mean
true.
well. They
Like,
mean
close
well
the
though.
clinic. You don't need it right now. I'm like, I need this. I have to do this for everybody else, you know?
Right,
So,
and they're the ones who will like, because when I first started this one, oh my goodness, I love my sisters, but as soon as I post something, like when
yeah,
I was starting with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because I was scared too, Sarah. Oh
yeah.
my goodness, as soon as I post, my sister would always already message me, your makeup, your eyebrows, they're not, so at some point it was nice, but then all like when it keeps happening, like it kind of brought me down, right? Because as a speaker and somebody in social media, like it's you kind of need to look presentable. But I got to a point, Sarah, wherein I'm not good at putting makeup. I don't know how to fix my hair. I just started to show up as me,
Yeah.
and like I like even like my sister was joke. I love my sister. She's like, before you show up, go to the parlor first and have put your makeup on and everything before you go
You
speak.
got
Um,
amazing makeup though.
I mean, it's been
You
two
look
years. I've
great.
been practicing. But
No, but
Sarah, even my language, look, I'm not from here. Like
me
you
neither.
shared. And I'm not a native English speaker, so my biggest fear as a speaker, Sarah, was grammatical error, my pronunciation, and like every time I would post, I'm like, oh my goodness, look at the way I said it. You know what I mean? But it came to a point wherein I don't care anymore. I'm gonna be as authentic as I am, and I feel I've earned followers now simply because
Yes.
of me, Sarah. Not because of my makeup, not because of how I look, not because I'm,
That
like
is,
perfect.
yeah.
I mean, I'm showing up as me, unapologetically me.
No, apologetic. No, but this brings a really good point because like when I was starting at 2018, I got on Instagram and I was like, you know what? I don't like being on camera and I hate talking. I'm just camera shy, right? So I had to like you have to show yourself because everybody needs to know who's behind this Zen Life MD. So I slowly started taking videos and stories and talking and of course you're nervous. People say, "Oh my God, your makeup, you're this, that." But I'm just like, you know what? Let them see who I am. Let them see the doctor they're gonna come see. So
Yes.
I started doing that every day. And the most important thing, like you said, you doubt yourself. So I used to kept telling myself like, you know what? I'm not that. I'm better than that. I can do this. So self affirmation is so important.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
yeah, I build a social media following just by being
Being
out
you.
there and just showing who you are. That just be authentic. That's it. That's all you need.
And exactly what you said. When you are seeing your patients, I think that's what they need to hear.
Yeah.
Just upliftment, just a lot of affirmations, like what you said. Because when somebody is sick, not feeling well, and they are
Yeah.
in their lowest point, really, you need to uplift them. That's what you and I are here for. You as a physician, and me as a podcast host. That's
Yeah.
why when I find a guest that's who's gonna sit in my show, I make sure that it's someone who really is open to being vulnerable. Share your story, because that's when you don't know, like even 1 out of 10 people who are listening to you who will resonate with your story. If you can change one life, you
True.
know what I mean? That's all that matters,
That is very
right?
true. That is
So
very
like
true.
I get like messages from all over the world. Sometimes I don't even know them, and saying like, I like what you said Monday, or like, I was feeling low, you said this, thank you. Like that lifts me up. That really tells me like,
Words are very, very powerful. Like just even checking in on someone,
yes,
just asking how you're doing, that is
yes.
very, very powerful.
And
So,
just you too, please continue what you're doing, because like, you know, like when you're sick, you sometimes you can fight anything if you
yeah,
have, like what you said, positive self-reflection. You need that,
yeah.
right?
That's
I think
that's
that's
the
more
way.
important than physical ailment. You know what I mean? Like I think you need to build up first, and then everything else will follow. That's what I
That is
also believe in,
that is
right?
very true.
Yes. And oh wait, well by the way, I told my son, I am so excited. I have this guest, and can I tell you, she's from India and she is so beautiful. And I told my son, I'm so excited because like sometimes when there's kindness in a person, Sarah, you just glow. You don't have like your natural beauty shows. Like when you and I were talking in that restaurant, I saw your passion. I saw your inspiration. I know, not yet. We're not going to share it yet, but we did talk about something that hopefully, who knows, right? Like when
Yep.
you feel that person's
It's
interest,
about the
empathy,
energy. The
right?
energy.
It
Yeah.
shows. It
Yeah, and that's
shows.
how I
You
felt about you. I was like, oh my God, her energy is amazing. It's just positive. So
Yes.
that's
And
what you
that's
want.
and I think if there's one thing our viewers or followers can take from this podcast, really love yourself.
Yeah.
What I mean? Love yourself because you will glow naturally without even trying, and you can handle anything in your life if you love yourself.
That is very true. That's
So
very true.
powerful, right? Thank you. All right, so let's talk about your business and its
Okay.
impact. Sarah, a business is more than a product or service. You did say that also in the beginning, that you're not there after the money. You really genuinely wanted to help. It's a force that can shape lives and communities, especially what you do. Now, ZenlifeMD focuses on the whole person, like what you said, the mind, the body, and spirit. Sarah, can you share how your approach has impacted your patients' lives and how you've seen holistic and aesthetic wellness transform not only their health, but their confidence and sense of self? I know you did share already that story,
Yeah.
but I'm sure there's
So
more.
yeah, so again, I do direct primary care. I do a lot of aesthetics, like
Mhm.
holistic approach to it, and I do weight loss and all of this. So let me tell you about a patient I had. She came in as an initial consult, and she just came in for Botox. All right, so I sat her in the chair, and then we talked. So I don't just do the procedure. I talk to you, and I find out about you. I want to know you because we got to connect if we're gonna do anything. So we talk, and then she's comfortable. I'm comfortable. We do the procedure, but then we talk more about her, like what's going on with her, and she goes, well, haven't been losing weight, and she just goes on about all of the problems she's having with her weight loss. And me being a physician, I kind of just ask further questions, so I kind of ask about her medications and all of this, and find out one medication which can cause a weight loss. I said, listen, talk to your doctor about this one. Let's see what they say. At this time, she was trying to date. She's not confident with herself. She's just trying, but is not very confident. She's got sisters who are very, very gorgeous, and she's comparing herself. So we made a treatment plan for her skin. We said, okay, look, we're gonna this is for the skin. This is what we're gonna do. And then for your weight, so let's start with nutrition, whatever. We talked about it during that one consultation. We did a lot of talking. Um, After a few months, like, she did go to her doctor, she did change her medications, and she kept in touch with me about everything. So I was kind of her, like, her therapist, her primary care, everything in that one chair. So she loved
Yeah.
it. She loved coming in, not just to get a procedure done, but to talk. And that's very powerful, like, knowing
Yes.
someone. I know every of my patients' stories. Like, I know what they've said 10 years, like 5 years ago, what they've said, I know, and I talk to them about it, and they love that, and that's connecting. So she was very comfortable coming in, and eventually she did lose weight. She did eventually get married. So it was just so powerful. And she invited me to the wedding. I couldn't go for it, but the power of words and the
Yes.
power of being empathetic. It's just not treat the
Yes.
person, but treat them as like a person, not just out the outside or just the inside. You got to treat them as a whole. So that was very powerful, just seeing that progress and just having them come back. I've got patients who come back all the time because I treat them like how I would my sisters or my family. So I do have a good connection with whoever I comes in that chair. So yeah, that was very impactful, and I hope to serve the community that way for much longer.
And do you know? I've struggled with weight issues also. Like, I think we all do at some
Yeah.
point in our life. Like, I have three,
I do as well. So yeah,
like,
it is a problem.
especially three children. And I've tried, like, I'm going to be honest, I've tried many different ways to like lose weight. And it's like, it really brings you down when you're at the point where and you can't even look at yourself in the mirror because you're a little heavier or like you don't look beautiful. It's just whatever you do,
Yeah.
like you're very negative. There's self-doubt, there's negative self-reflection. You know what I mean?
It's a
And
cycle. It's a vicious
yeah.
cycle. Yeah.
But once you see that transformation in you, of course, like what you said, within first, it's like, can I tell everybody that self care is not selfish? People might
No,
think
it's
like
not.
self care is like you're vain and stuff like that. No, going to a facility like yours or like going, having your hair done, going for your self care is a necessity. It's
It
not
is.
selfish.
It's
Like,
not. Not
if
at
you're going
all.
to invest on yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I
Because
believe.
if you're not, glass half empty, you can't pour
Yes.
to others,
No.
so I think you gotta be that's important. And that's why I focus on a lot of working women,
Mm-hmm.
moms, because you're giving to others, and then who's
Yes.
taking care of you? Time's gonna go by, and then you'll be like 10 years like, oh my god, what did I do? So you need to start now. You need to start working on yourself so you don't burn out later, so that's the way I look at it.
I love what you just said, Sarah, because like at some point, I hope not. Like we all go through defining moments in our life challenges, because it's normal, right?
Yes.
Just imagine getting hit with a defining moment. It could be a divorce, separation, loss of income, loss of a job. And at the same time, you never tried to work on yourself within. Like you already, like, I mean, you never work on your self care. You were burning out with your job. There's no self love. And then you get hit by a defining moment. That can really
Yeah.
break you. But if after, like, starting now, after this podcast, have like, think about pause and like, yes, let me take care of myself first. And you know what I mean? As you are building yourself and really loving yourself, when a defining moment happens to you, you can handle it.
Things
It
better.
might take time. People are different the way
Yeah.
they handle problems, right? But at least you already worked on yourself. Because come on, we all have problems. Everybody's gonna get
Yeah.
hit with, like, I deal with issues day to day, but I know it's gonna be okay because of my perspective in life. Like, it's just part of life. Like, pain,
Yeah.
struggle. My mom just passed away, what, 3 weeks
Yeah.
ago, and it's something
Yeah.
that I have to deal with because it's just part of my life. But
Yeah.
I'm okay because, like, like, I've learned to accept that it's part of life and I'm moving on. So my point is, start your self-care now. If that would mean going to a center and meeting, center like yours to work on yourself, do it now
Yeah.
before something big happens to you and you lose yourself in the
Right.
process.
So can I share something like a
Yeah,
personal story?
of course.
When I started the clinic, again, business, they don't teach you business in medical school. Okay,
Yes.
so all this was new, had to like brainstorm on things, all these different aspects of the business I never knew. It was so stressful, so stressful. I forgot about myself. I started just work, 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 and just focusing on the outside and not even caring about my health or anything, right? One day I woke up and I had Bell's palsy. That's facial nerve palsy on the seventh
Left.
nerve, and that can
Okay.
cause a droop. So you just feel like you had a stroke. So I went to the ER, checked in, and I found out I had a you know Bell's palsy, and it's treatable and it's transient, so it
What
goes away
causes
in
that?
time. But
Sorry, Sarah. What causes that?
stress, stress can
Okay.
cause this. So that's what I'm trying to say is like I was very stressed and I was like, you know what? I need to, if I'm gonna do this, help others, I need to make sure I'm emulating whatever I'm saying, right? So I had to pause and I didn't shut the clinic down, but I had to pause and be like, you know what? I need to take care of myself
Wow.
and take care of the how I'm taking things. How am I going to take stress? I don't want to stress and then bottle it in and just worry so much. So now meditation is important for
Yes.
me. Like deep breaths, breathing, talking to people. All this really helped, and it helped transform the way I deal with stress, and hence able to move forward with this clinic. So yeah, it is a very personal, like what you just said. That's very true. You have to not bottle in the stress. And it can happen to anyone. My point in this is it can happen to anyone. Me being a physician, I'm sharing with you that it
Yes.
happens to me. It happens to a lot of doctors. So just everyone in the general public probably can relate to this too.
Wow. And
So
then oh my God, thank you for sharing that, because it's nice for them to understand that, hey, even like a physician like Sarah can go through like this. So imagine us. So it's
yeah,
there's really a need for you to prioritize yourself in however
definitely.
way that you can. If like what Sarah is doing, meditation, I meditate too, Sarah, almost every day.
Yeah,
I started with
which
like
is
three
powerful.
minutes. Three
Yeah,
minutes, meaning putting my phone down because I'm so addicted to my phone. Because
keeping the phone
that's how.
away is so key. It's
But now
hard.
I
The
can,
hardest part.
right? Then now I can do 20 minutes. I really can do 20 minutes now with my phone away. And that's, you know how hard that is. Like what you said, meditation. I also do a lot of positive affirmations. Like what you said, you mentioned that early on. Um, Mindfulness, Sarah, just being loving the present. You know what I mean? Look,
Yes.
I have dreams. I have big dreams, but at the same time, Sarah, I never forget my present. I value my present even if I'm not there where I want to be. Like, I love my current life, but I still have big dreams. You know what I mean? And sometimes just stop being bitter. Like, I've stopped being bitter. Like, if things don't work my way, like, it's okay. You know what I mean? I've
It just
learned to
harms
like,
you. I feel like it's like a fire from within. It burns everything. You just have to let it go, or else it's for you, not for anybody else.
and
So
sometimes it's just things are not going to work out. Like, I come up with projects, and then if it's not meant to be yours, sometimes it's whatever I do, it's not working. But that's
yeah.
okay. There's a better thing. There's something better. That's always
Yep.
there's something
And
better for you,
And what's
right?
destined for you, what's destined for you is gonna happen. So if
Yeah,
if it's
I
not
know.
happening, maybe it's not good for you. So that's the mindset I've started. Like, you just let it go, let it slide. Maybe something better is gonna come, or maybe another shift is gonna happen.
But
So
yeah,
it's nothing to worry about.
but Sarah, think about it. Even if you, let's say you started an activity or a project and it didn't work, don't think of it as something like bad. You still learned in the process. Think about it. Right?
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
everything is a learning process. That's how my mindset is now. Even if I fail on something, that's okay. I learned from it. You know?
Yeah, and coming to failing on something, like as a physician, sometimes when you're not able to save a patient, right? It's not really it's not my fault, but you feel like a failure at not helping, fix this. Maybe you kind of go over everything, like, did I do this right? Did
Yes.
everything kind of, you doubt yourself. And then that's the moments I have to step back and be like, you know what? I had time with this person. I learned from this person, helped me. I don't think of it as I helped that person. They helped me. And that
I
makes it
love
a lot
that.
better.
I
So
love what you
yeah.
just said. Like, I love what you just said. Like, you're looking at what you can also take for you. You know what I mean? Like every
Yeah.
I believe that, and every connection helps you grow. Every
Yes.
conversation helps you grow. I just feel like just find the beauty in like everything, because there
Right.
is something beautiful, right? I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, even
Yeah.
if I go to for coffee with like womenpreneur, there's like something. There's always gonna benefit you. It could be the connection, just the
Like,
feeling
look,
of
we
being
connected.
right. So like, I
Yeah.
just think, look at the bright side of things. That's also the way I look at life. Like,
Yeah.
there's just look at the bright side of life, because life is
Yeah.
beautiful no matter what you
No,
do.
it is hard. Like, I know people are like, oh, like, it's not that easy. Yes, it's
Yes.
not easy. But you have to make small steps, small changes, small awareness, and then things you'll get used to it. So I tell my patients that all the time. They're like, how are you so, like, always happy in the morning? No, you don't understand. It took time. So it takes time. You gotta just build slow. So whoever's listening to this, just go slow, and you will get to where you are and achieve that peace. So it takes time.
All right, can I share with you something? I did post something one day. It's about me. waiting for the right timing of things, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I also believe in timing. If it's meant for you, it's gonna be for you, but there's always the right time to achieve something, right? It
Yes.
could be a love person or an activity, a project you're doing or job. And then I've always been positive because that's how I believe. That's how my mindset works, right? That there's
Yeah.
always a timing for everything. And then there's this one person who he's a guy who commented, not everybody is effing lucky, all right? You know
Yeah.
what? I'm like, I thought about it. So I did explain to him, look, I didn't mention anything about luck. If I base my, I respond because you know what? Okay, don't go on my page, and I don't get offended. I will explain myself. I said, not everything is luck. I never said anything about luck. If I base my life on luck, I said I don't have to go to work. I'll just stay home and wait for things to
Yeah.
happen. But no, every day I show up. Every day I work hard because I know whatever I'm doing, I will enjoy the fruits of my hard work in the right timing. So that's what I said. And also I said, and also having a positive mindset helps. You know what I mean? So I'm
That definitely helps.
like I don't care how you feel.
But
You're
those
on
type
my
of people, I
page.
feel no, but that's those type of people. I feel like they need to heal from the inside. They're bitter. There's something else going on with them. So I don't really. I used to get upset when I get all these comments. I was like, what? But then I was like, you know what? Something else going on here. It's not me. They're just directing it at me because there's something else in their life, and I hope and I pray for them. Say, I hope you guys heal. So you have to build from inside. I mean, or else it projects outside.
And then when I
So you're
share,
right.
I agree with you, Sarah. When I share something every day, it could be a post, a video, or my podcast. Everything comes from me, my experiences, what I went through in life. So when I speak, it's not
Hmm.
like BS. It's coming
Yeah.
from me. Like I went through it because I work hard, because I went through defining moments. So I'm sharing what I learned from it. So don't
Yeah.
think of me as somebody who's just bluffing. Everything that
Mhm.
comes out of my mouth is authentic. You know what I mean?
You were definitely very authentic.
So
That's how we
let me,
connected.
yes, yes. Because nowadays you don't want fake people. You just want true people. Like if we're too old to connect with like people who are just, I'm sorry, like you
Yeah, just
want,
sort of waste your time.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
right. Like I believe in what you said. Energy. Energy is valuable.
Energy.
All right,
Yeah.
let me wrap up like that thing that we shared. That healing you did is truly energy, like what you said. I also believe in
Yeah.
energy. It's how you make people feel seen and whole. I
Hmm.
love that your work focuses on the inner transformation, Sarah, not just the outer results. Because when people
Yeah,
heal from within, everything around them begins to shift too. Now,
that is true.
let's let's talk about the unique edge and your future vision. I believe, Sarah, that the leaders. Wait. Before I ask this, Sarah, can you share with them, like, um, where's your clinic first? Like, I know you travel back and forth. Like, just at this point, since we're
So,
talking about your business,
I have a clinic in Lutz, Florida. So it's like North Tampa,
that's where I live
and
in Lutz.
that's where you live. So my clinic was initially in New Tampa, but now I
Okay.
moved to Lutz, and I have a satellite clinic in New York City. So it was initially in Manhattan. Now it's in Queens. I
Okay.
go there once a month, and I see all my patients there. So, and I am licensed in almost 50 states. So, I am a travel doctor, but I only have clinics in these two locations for now. So, yeah, that's where I'm at,
Um,
close to your house.
Briefly, what exactly do you offer? Like that before we talk about other things, like what do you
So,
exactly?
So I have two sides to the clinic. The first side is the aesthetic side. Remember, I told you layers. So I do not just Botox, and I don't focus much on fillers, but I focus on collagen stimulation for your face, lasers, basically using your body to work for your face.
Okay.
So taking blood, making into collagen stimulators,
Wow.
focusing on skincare, things that you can even do it at home and you don't have to like spend so much money on, but just make a better version of yourself from the outside. Now, from the inside, I do concierge primary care. And this allows me to give more time to patients because you have the 15-minute visits with the regular doctors, but with me, you can actually spend more time.
Hmm.
I do obesity medicine. I am board certified, so I check. It's just not just giving medications, but I actually walk you through the process and
Okay.
kind of go on your journey for your weight loss too. And I will soon be incorporating like hormones and peptides, but do
Wow.
everything in a very safe manner. I don't think people should jump on things and do it too drastically. I think you should work your way into things, and that way it lasts longer. So that's kind of what I do, a bit of everything, and I have a very holistic approach to even aesthetics. So you walk into the clinic, you're not just a number. I'm not just putting Botox in you and that's it. It's going to be a whole process, a whole treatment plan. So that's what we do here.
And like me, an advocate of self-love and self-care, it's an investment. It's
Yep.
not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. It's really a necessity right now. Take care of yourself. If you're a
Yep.
woman, a man, prioritize yourself in whatever way. Everything is individual need. Whatever you think can help you find love yourself, do it. Do it. You know what I mean? I believe in like just really loving yourself, self-love. All right, so thank you for that. Now, let's talk about the future vision. Sarah, the leaders who stand out often see the world and their future differently. So, what sets Zen Life MD apart from the other wellness and medical practice? I know you did share a lot, but as a healthcare continuous, maybe talk about how do you envision the future of integrative, is that in integrative, is that how you said integrative,
Integrative medicine and wellness.
integrative medicine and holistic
So,
aesthetic, and your
yes.
role in shaping it more
So I
future.
think
Okay.
education is key,
Hmm.
not just for the practitioners, that's
Okay.
important, but also for the patients. I feel like educating people about the importance of doing the whole thing rather than just focusing on one or two things is very important.
Okay.
I think more people are on board with this now, not just integrative medicine but also with the aesthetics component of it. So um, I feel like the shift is going towards more holistic and integrative medicine for aesthetics and wellness now.
Yes.
But I think traditional medicine has a very, very important role in this, and that's why it's good to combine it together. Um, so I think in future, even if you see my Instagram, everything is more educational. I think people need to learn about what's happening. They need to know the good and the bad. A lot of times people just talk about the good stuff where they don't show you how things are done. For with me, I think it's important to tell the patients everything. So when you come to my consultation or you come to our clinic, you'll get a little it's like a little uh
Education,
you know
a little.
educational thing. I'll go through each muscle. I'll tell you what the muscle is. So you're gonna learn some anatomy. So you'll what I'm trying to say is it's all about education. And when you as a patient get educated, you get empowered, you want to learn, you want to take care of yourself, and then you won't need too much resources and you can do this yourself. I think at the end of the day, I want you to be able to do skincare yourself. But come to me once in a year for things, but get started on something, and even for the inside and out. So that's my vision.
And not only that, Sarah, like my point is if I'm going to a wellness place for, let's say, weight loss or like whatever you said, the skin, like I want to feel safe. I want to make sure that I'm not hurting my body. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
where is the best place to go but somebody who has you, a physician who will really knows how your whole body works, not just the aesthetic part, but like what you said,
Yes.
everything. So like I'd be more safe to know that, hey, I think
Yes.
this procedure or whatever you offer is going to be okay because I have you, they have you, to explain the process
So
and really affirm that, hey, this is okay.
yeah, and that's what I want to say. Like what makes us different is this is a physician-led wellness center. So it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not just. 'Cause a lot of places just have somebody overseeing like 10 clinics. With me, I'm actually here, and if I grow, I will have another physician here. So it'll be MD or DOs running the practice. Injectables are. I do all the injections. I even do some of the facials. I do it all, and that gives me time to connect with patients, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's, I mean, I enjoy it, and I need somebody who has the same passion if I were to join me, you know? So, that's what sets us apart. You're not treated like a number at an office. You're actually going to be part of our family. I'm going to know everything about you. You're going to know everything about me. And when you come in, we're going to be very calm and zen. So that's
And
what
Zen,
sets
I
us
love
apart.
that. And not only that, like what you said, I didn't know you were doing facial, you were doing this. It's like really whole body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and I
So
think
we're
facials are it's the calming aspect of facials. I mean, the de-stressing, you know?
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
important, and I sometimes I do it myself. I've
Now
done
I know where to
facials and I know
go.
how to do it. Let me tell you a quick story before
Yeah,
anything.
go
Before
ahead.
joining medical school, before joining medical school, I wanted to be an esthetician.
Okay.
So having Indian parents where they're like, "You're gonna be a
No, no,
doctor,
no,
lawyer,
no,
engineer," okay?
no.
I mean, I still love aesthetic stuff, but then after
Wait, wait, you're saying
I
having Indian
first went
parents, they
into,
weren't. When you said when you have Indian parents, they're against it. Like, what were you saying again?
no, they want you to do a, either be a doctor, lawyer, or an engineer. You know,
Oh,
there's like specific fields that they want. I mean, whoever's Indian out there will attest to this. And then I went into a computer engineering first. I did 1 month of that,
oh
and
my
I was like, oh my
gosh.
God, I don't, numbers, I can't do this. Then I went to dental school for a month, and I said, I can't look at teeth all day. Then I went to medical school, and then my dad's like, "No, you're staying in one place." And I loved it. Actually, I enjoyed it so much. I said, "You know what? No problem." But my mind was always like, I love the cosmetology stuff. So that's how I geared into aesthetics, and I do know how to do facials and all of that, and that's how it happened.
Well, I'm sure your parents are so proud of you because you have all of it. You know, you're a physician and you still have,
Yeah,
and you're doing what you want to do. So, wow, lucky, lucky them, lucky you. You know what I mean? At least it worked out, right?
yeah,
It's nice.
we
Let me
did.
wrap up like this part of the question. I believe, Sarah, that I agree with you. Healthcare now is moving toward connection, compassion, and consciousness. Exactly what you shared with us.
Yes.
That's how you deal with your patient, with through connection, compassion, and consciousness. We're in a time right now where innovation isn't just about technology. I believe, Sarah, it's about humanity. And that's exactly what Intentional Excellence, my podcast, is all about. Really, being intentional and really still building that humanity like everywhere, not losing who we are. And I like how you're dealing with your patients that, the connection matters, relationship matters, and we need that. You just don't want to go to a facility wherein you go in and out and that's it. You know what I mean? You go on the machine, they do that. You want connection and you want that compassion from someone, right?
That's true.
So this is my last question, and every guest that I have, it could be on my live show, my community show, or my podcast. I believe, Sarah, that every leader carries a piece of wisdom that can inspire others on their own journey. Now, you've built a career centered on balance, authenticity, and inner healing. Sarah, if you could leave our audience, especially the aspiring women leaders, healthcare professionals, or even like just ordinary women, with one powerful message or guiding philosophy, what would that be, Sarah?
Okay, well, I have two messages.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
First message would be heal yourself. Okay. Heal yourself before doing anything. Make sure you're okay. And once you heal yourself, anything and everyone you touch will heal. So I think that's important. You
Mhm.
have to heal. You have to make sure you're in tune with your rhythm. Okay. And the second thing is whenever you do something, do it because you love it. Don't do it for money. Everything money will come, it will it was destined, it's gonna go, so you're not going to go anywhere. So you just have to focus on yourself, be authentic, love the people you're working for, and I think serve the
Wow.
people. I think that's important, and actually care for them. Don't just do things because you just have to. Don't make it a job. Make it something you love. So that's what I would say.
That is so beautiful, Sarah. Really, really beautiful because you can actually determine two kinds of leader. A leader who's really like leading because of the financial aspect, and a leader who who prioritize first like connection and just really empathy and compassion. That those are two leaders but with different purpose and different vision, and you can actually really tell which one is which or who which one is who, you know what I mean? And it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference when you go to a center and you are welcomed with smile and authenticity and love. You feel it. You actually can sense positivity in a center, in a person, because of the way you project yourself, you know what I mean? And you show up for others. So that is such a beautiful message, Sarah. Thank you for sharing your heart and wisdom with us today. And I believe, like what you said, that right, that I believe, Sarah, that when we lead with authenticity and intention, we create ripples of change far beyond what we can see. Dr. Kareem or Sarah, before you wrap up, where can our listeners and viewers find you online or physically, or your office? Where can we want to share? How can they connect with you or find you?
Well, my Tampa location,
Mhm.
it's I'll just give you a quick address:
Mhm.
2984 Allegra Way in
Mhm.
Lutz, or you
Mhm.
can just Google it on ZenlifeMD and you'll find it. And my Instagram is always active, so it's ZenlifeMD underscore, and that's where you can DM, get a consult, or even just like message and say hi. I'll help you guys out. So yeah.
And I believe you also have Facebook, right? You're
Yes, we
also
have
are you on
Facebook and
LinkedIn?
it's ZenlifeMD. Again, ZenlifeMD is the Facebook account, and you guys can find me there as well.
Thank you, Sarah. And before anything else, before I wrap up, do you have anything else that you want to share,
I
Dr.
just want to
Kareem?
say that what you're doing is amazing. I feel like a lot of people need to hear this. And as a physician, I feel like I need to reach out to other people to let them know that we as doctors are also human and we also go through the same things everybody's going through. So I don't want you to think like just because you're a physician or somebody in the field of power that they're not going through the same things. Everybody's human at the end of the day, and we all go through this together. And that's why it's important to have that ripple effect and you know, um, get in touch with everybody else. So yeah, that's what I'd like to say. And
Oh
thank you
my
so
goodness.
much for having me on this.
I love that. I love that because people probably look up to physicians,
Yeah, they think we
like
don't have any
lawyers
problems,
as like
but like I told you about my Bell's palsy, I told you about stress. We have it too. So don't feel alone. Never feel alone that you don't have any help because everybody is in the same boat trying to deal with life together, you know?
and I like the last thing that you said. Don't be afraid to ask for
Yeah.
help. Sometimes you can't do things on your own, and it's okay to ask for help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sarah and I are part of the women group, entrepreneur, but there's also a lot of groups there. You don't have to be an entrepreneur or business owner. There, just find it. There's people out there who
Just
will,
talk to people, find
right?
people. You'll find how many people are so similar to you, and you
Yeah,
won't feel alone. So don't ever feel alone. That's what I would like to say to everybody.
I love that. I knew I had to put you here in my podcast. Sarah, you are most welcome as well. And I just want to say thank you for finally saying yes. I was about to conclude my series. So I'm gonna wrap it up, already do my final social media presence. But then I'm like, no, 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 no. I reached out to Dr. Kareem or Sarah.
Yeah.
Was it last yesterday or 2 days
Yeah.
ago? I
True.
was about to conclude it. I'm like, it wasn't complete. For some reason, it wasn't complete. And if I come up with a new series, it might not be relevant to you. So I'm like, I need to get her. And it was so last minute.
But we
Dr.
made it
Kareem or Sarah's
happen.
traveling. But
Yeah. So I
like
actually going to New
everything
York
go
to see my
right.
patients, but I am so happy. We did this. We made it happen. So
Yes.
this attests to if you put your mind to something, it will happen. And we just did that. We just showed it to you.
This
So
planning only took 2 days. All
yep.
right. So
Yeah.
because it's meant to happen. And Guys, honestly, have that in your heart that if something is meant for you,
It's gonna
grab
come.
it. It will happen. But just put your passion and
And grab that
you know,
opportunity. Like, just don't let it go. Do as much as you can, and then let the outside take care of it. So
if there's something in like in the back of your ear or head like saying something, listen. Listen. Sometimes, you just have to pause, listen to what is being told, because sometimes that's how you a spark, like what Sarah shared, there's a spark, and that's when hey, this spark can get big, a small spark can get bigger, right?
that's true. Well,
All
thank you
right.
so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. And to everyone tuning in, thank you for always supporting Intentional Excellence Podcast. I know so many of you watch every week, but don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I want you there. All right. Sometimes it's nice to know. Sometimes you don't know people are watching, listening. That's okay. I know that you are, but that would be nice if you subscribe. Just sometimes it gives you that, you know what I mean? I'm still like, so please, I just want to say, let's spread positivity everywhere, and always believe in yourself, like just what Dr. Kareem said. Always believe in yourself, prioritize yourself. Self-care is not selfish, it's a necessity. And remember, being built to build starts from within. Whatever endeavor, whatever project, whatever business, start from within. Be intentional, be excellent, and keep becoming the best version of yourself. So until the next time, thank you for watching Intentional Excellence. This is Candice Ruggiero, your host. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you so much. Take care.